Hello, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and get right to the point. It's not every day that you can buy one of these in this kind of condition. Full Liberty, full rim, 1876, looking pretty good. Now, the back's toned up a little bit. Does have a scratch there, but it is a really awesome looking coin. And somebody I was talking to when I bought this pulled up an app on their phone called Coin Snap, I believe it was. You have to pay $12 or $24 a year to have that, but it'll give you an approximate photo grade of your coin, which they said on this one about very fine, and gave a price range which was a little bit higher than what I ended up having to pay for the coin. And because this one's slightly damaged, I would say that's pretty fair. If it didn't have the scratch on it, and this back is a little lighter like the front is, this would probably be a really would have cost me more, I'm sure of it. This is probably the best looking seated Liberty quarter I have in terms of details on it and having a full rim. And most important thing, if you're buying these and you want to know if it's a little bit better grade, can you read Liberty on the shield here? Because that kind of gets worn along with some of the high points, but the Liberty goes away and then you're only talking about good or very good, depending on how much rim is left. All right, let's talk about a different thing. I went to a coin dealer and I bought a different coin, and this was in a box he had set aside for me. Now you're probably wondering, why am I holding it like this? Well, this one has a hole drilled in it, which is not a great thing to have, but I got it pretty cheap. He had quoted me a price for this and a few other coins, and when I bought this and this, he took $2 off of the price that he had quoted me for both of them. So I got this for $2 instead of what he wanted, or $2 less than what he wanted. Now this piece is from Liberia. It's a 2020. It does have some, I guess this is milk spotting on it, but I like the ship design, the rise, sunrise, and stuff. And that's a plow and a palm tree. And I think that's a palm tree. But anyway, I don't know a whole bunch about Liberia, but I don't really think palm trees are common there. I could be wrong. This is Theodore Roosevelt. His presidency ran from 1901 to 1909. And at that time, the United States went from being a more of an isolationist type country to being a little bit more out on the international scene. It's a neat piece. It's 3/9 fine silver. Hello, PMG. You see this? 3/9 fine silver. It's around a half ounce, I think. It's from Liberia. Well, when you were talking about, and I won that $20 from you on the giveaway for Mellow Stacks, this is what I found to buy. Now, I've made a short video about it, but I don't know what that is on his forehead. Something stuck to it. It's kind of a neat piece. It's not something you see every day, and online prices were asking at least that much for this, and sometimes even a little bit more. But since you just dropped in, this is the other thing I got today. Full Liberty 1876 quarter. And this quarter's in better shape than most of these seated Liberty ones I ever get. You can see that it's easily a full rim. All the little teeth, nodules, whatever you want to call it, are on it. The only problem with it is there's a scratch on the back that runs right down where the eagle is, right at its tail through that branch and into the rim a little bit. But it's a neat coin. Now, let's talk about a different one. These unpesos are neat. Liberty cap in rays. 1933, which makes this one 90 years old. It's 720 silver. It's kind of neat. And it was priced about the same as the online coin dealers ask for them. It's a bit over melt, but I didn't care. I like these coins. But this one, if you did not see my video the other day, this is an older one. Yeah, you just got to get it up close. So un peso, 1902, 90.27, although they write it 0.0927, but I said 90.27%. It's a little bit more silver than a Morgan dollar because it's about the same kind of size. Now this one's probably been cleaned at some point, and this side, it's the L part is scraped off enough to get the L off of the cap. But these things are not cheap when you go on AppMex and try to buy one. Now online, I've seen prices almost every single time I see these offered for sale as buy it now on eBay or wherever. It's higher than I paid for it. In fact, the price I ended up paying for this thing is $24. It just screamed by me and I had to get it. Now, when I had done my live video the other day talking about it, I didn't say how much it was. Asked for people to guess, but nobody really guessed much. Now, as you can see on the rim here, it's thick there, and this side is thin. So it's a little off-centered struck, which I don't think makes these much difference in the value on these. But AppMex asks $69 for these right now in average circulation, which this to me is average circulation. It's been circulated. Quite like it. Did not get anything else real interesting this weekend. This is the video about getting this, though. When I went to the bank and got a bunch of 50-cent coins, this 2005S. This particular video I made for this one has grown to be one of my most watched videos. It's number 2 overall. It's only got a little bit further to go before it'll catch up with the most watched video I have. Problem is I can't show the coin for that one because I don't know where it is. It's a United States penny, 1976, with Lincoln's head stamped on the, not Lincoln, JFK's head stamped right next to Lincoln's head. Sorry. I have one on a card, but the loose one I had, I'm not sure where it is. That's a neat piece. Can talk about these a little bit. These ancient bronze coins that are supposedly Roman. The person that gave this to me had took a trip to Europe, came back, and bought a few of these and gave them to me. Now, I was talking to her today. She's a waitress at a restaurant I go to a lot. They're moving, so she'll not be there very much longer. But that's, that's life. Not much you can do about it. This one has what looks like heads on both sides. It's kind of neat, but not super cool, but something you don't see every day, that's for sure. Yeah, the trick to doing this is you got to get right up next to your camera with the loop and hold the item real close to the loop. Then you can kind of get, and this one's got a little bit bigger lens at 20.5. I have one that's 18, but I don't like it as much because this one, if it's a dime or smaller, you can get the whole coin in the loop, and it can easily do this particular coin in the loop. So those were gifts, and she also gave me all these coins. That these three she got at the same time as she got those. And then about a month ago, I think she said her brother went overseas and brought these back. And where are these from? I want to say these are coins from Romania or Bulgaria, maybe some Eastern European country. It's a florent. Not really sure where they're from. They're really not. They're not super valuable. I guess they don't use the the euro there. But that's basically the extent of what I wanted to talk about. And I'm going to go back and warn people again about fake Silver Eagles, because this one I ordered, and you'll know it's fake without me really doing much on the loop. I really don't even have to show the date to know that ain't right. The design doesn't quite look right. Here's the quickest way to know it's not right. That did not flip. It should be like this, but it's upside down, so it turns the same way. That is not something that these do. And then the reading on the edge of the coin is horrible, and it don't weigh a troy ounce anyway. Not that I would have expected it to, because I knew it wasn't real. This thing, this dragon coin, is pretty neat looking. It's not real though, and the reason why you know it's not real, it's 2 ounce of 3/9 fine silver. This is not thick enough or big enough to be 2 ounces. For sure. I mean, comparing it to this Mexican coin, which is 90% silver, and it's 0.78 ounces. It's about the same diameter. This might be a hair thicker, but it's not enough to make this 2 ounces. It is cool looking though. I'll give it that. But they're out there, and you have to watch out for fake stuff. Not much of a fan of wearing rings, but this eagle with what looks like little gemstone eyes is pretty neat looking. It's not particularly valuable or anything, but they did a nice job making the feathers look kind of neat. The whole thing looks neat, but it's not worth anything really. It's not made out of silver, so, but it is a neat looking ring. I find wearing any kind of ring a little bit uncomfortable, especially one like this. A more flat type ring like one of these, that one's too big for this is a fake coin ring. Uh-oh. That almost didn't come off. Now, it's made to look like a Morgan dollar one, the United States of America, and it says $1. The other inside part, if I can get a hold of it, get the light on the inside. It's fighting me. It's like a 1921 Morgan dollar. It's not real, and it doesn't look like what the picture they used on the website to show it off did. And this one's like a Walking Liberty design one. Same difference. Oh, does have a date on the outside. It'll focus good. 1945. And on the inside, there's a spot that says $50. kind of neat, but these are not particularly valuable. Then this dragon head one, red eyes, and it's got horns on it, and it's pretty big. It's too uncomfortable to wear though for long. Kind of like it, but and it's one that you can open and close a little bit for your finger. My problem with these is I think even though you can make them a little tighter or looser, I'd probably end up losing them if I wore them all the time, and they're not comfortable enough to wear anyway. Then you got this tiger face, which is kind of neat looking. It's also an open end type one that you can make bigger or smaller. But all that fake stuff, I probably won't order any more of it because I do have a plan to take one of the fake silver bar ones I bought to where I work, where I have a tool I can grind on the side of. See if I can find the one I want to do. This one. The edge of this don't quite look right to me, and if it was a real silver bar, it would have etched, or not etched, but stamped serial number. But other than that, it does kind of look like the Johnson Matthey Company. And it's stamped, well, not stamped, but fine silver, 3/9 fine. You don't know your silver bars, or someone had a whole bunch of loose ones in a bag and some of these were in it and they didn't look at them close, you could be tricked into buying one that isn't real. And this, usually these have a more rounded corner than this. Maybe, yeah, the Scottsdale one that I bought. Its corner is more like most of these silver bars. Not sure exactly what these are made out of, but it's probably copper on the inside and plated with silver, maybe. It says 3/9 fine silver, but I assure you it's not. But anyway, it's getting close to dinner time, and some of the people that I'm friendly with on YouTube are probably going live later, so I wanted to do this early just to get a live out there today and talk about the Seated Liberty Quarter, which is probably the best condition one of these I have. So anyway, I hope that everyone has a good night, and thanks for the compliments, and thanks for stopping by my live stream, Poor Man's Gold. And everybody who might end up watching this later in the night, go check out Poor Man's Gold's channel and stack what you like. He sent me a couple stickers, which is cool. Now, one other thing, Mistress Raven Ivy sent me a envelope or something in the mail I have not got yet, which is kind of disappointing. I'm thinking the mail lost it, and I kind of hate that. Hopefully it'll come in Monday or something, just late. I hope someone didn't tear it open and steal everything out of it, because I've seen that happen too. Not that anything's sent to me, but something I sent to somebody else that happened to. It's rather disappointing. So I hope that everyone has a good night, and we will see you next time.